All right, my friend, buckle up, because I've got a tale that'll send chills down your spine. This is a story about an abandoned theme park, the kind of place where fun and laughter turned into something nightmarish. So lean in closer and let me take you on a ride you won't forget. Picture this: a once thriving amusement park, its entrance now overgrown with tangled vines and rusted gates that creaked ominously in the wind. The place had been abandoned for years, left to rot and decay like a forgotten dream. My thoughts were racing. Why would anyone let such a place go to waste? And what secrets did it hold within its crumbling walls? It was a gloomy, overcast day when I ventured into the theme park, the air heavy with the scent of damp earth and decaying wood. My footsteps echoed through the eerie silence as I explored the remnants of what was once a joyful wonderland. My mind was whirling. How did this place fall into such disrepair? And what happened to the people who used to come here? As I wandered deeper into the park, I couldn't help but notice the unsettling absence of birdsong and the distant hum of city life. It was as if the very heart of the park had been silenced, its soul extinguished. My thoughts were filled with a sense of foreboding. Why is it so quiet here? It's like the world has forgotten about this place. The first sign that something was amiss came when I stumbled upon an old carousel, its ornate horses frozen in mid-gallop. My heart skipped a beat, and my thoughts raced. This is like a scene from a horror movie. What could have possibly driven people away from such a charming attraction? And then I heard it, the faint, eerie melody of a music box drifting through the air. My heart pounded, and my thoughts were a whirlwind of confusion. Where is that music coming from? There shouldn't be anyone else here, right? I followed the haunting melody to an old weathered tent, its fabric billowing in the wind. The entrance flap swayed gently, as if inviting me inside. My mind was racing. Should I go in? It could be a trap, but I have to know where that music is coming from. I pushed aside the flap and stepped into the darkness of the tent. What I saw inside sent shivers down my spine. A flickering lantern illuminated a small stage, and on it sat a porcelain doll, her lifeless eyes fixed on me. My thoughts were a jumble of fear and disbelief. Who set this up? And why does it feel like I'm being watched? The doll's tiny hands moved gracefully over the keys of a miniature piano, producing the haunting music that had drawn me in. My heart raced, and my thoughts were filled with dread. Is this some sort of macabre performance? I need to get out of here. But as I turned to leave, a voice spoke from the darkness, a voice that sent a chill down my spine. It was the voice of a child, sweet and innocent, yet tinged with an eerie quality that made my skin crawl. My mind was a tempest of fear and curiosity. Who's there? Is someone else in here with me? The voice led me to a shadowy figure, a young girl dressed in tattered clothing, her hair matted and her eyes hollow. She told me of a curse that had befallen the theme park, of a dark magic that had trapped the souls of visitors and performers alike. My thoughts were racing. This can't be real. It's like a twisted fairy tale. But could there be any truth to her story? Together, we embarked on a quest to unravel the mysteries of the cursed theme park, to confront the malevolent force that held it in its grip. My thoughts were focused. I can't abandon this girl. If there's a chance to break the curse, I have to take it. As we delved deeper into the park's secrets, we encountered eerie manifestations of the curse, phantom rides that came to life, ghostly laughter that echoed through the air, and shadows that seemed to dance and contort. My mind was filled with a mixture of terror and determination. I can't let this curse continue. I have to find a way to break it. And then, in a burst of blinding light, the curse was broken. The theme park shuddered and groaned as if waking from a long slumber. My heart soared, and my thoughts were a whirlwind of relief. Is it over? Have we succeeded in breaking the curse? But here's the twist you didn't see coming. As I stepped out of the now restored theme park, I turned to thank the young girl who had guided me. But she was gone. My heart sank, and my thoughts were a tumultuous mix of confusion and sadness. Where did she go? And was she even real, or just another part of the curse? As I made my way back through the overgrown entrance, I couldn't help but wonder about the true nature of the theme park and the mysteries that still lingered within its gates. My thoughts were filled with a sense of wonder and unease. What really happened here? And will the curse ever truly be broken? So, my friend, there you have it, a story of an abandoned theme park where the line between reality and the supernatural blurred, and where the past and present intertwined in the most unexpected of ways. It leaves you questioning the boundaries of our world and the mysteries that may lie just beyond our grasp. Hey there, my friend. Let me take you on a wild ride, a roller coaster of chills and thrills, but with a dark twist that'll leave your heart pounding. We're diving headfirst into a theme park adventure gone horribly wrong. So grab your seat and hang on tight, because here we go. Picture this, a bustling theme park on a warm summer day, the air filled with the scent of popcorn and cotton candy, families laughing, kids running from ride to ride, and the thrill of excitement in the air. My thoughts were racing. This is gonna be an awesome day. Nothing could go wrong, right? I joined the line for the park's newest attraction, a towering roller coaster that seemed to defy gravity itself. The line snaked its way through a maze of metal rails and neon lights, and I couldn't help but feel a surge of anticipation. My mind was buzzing. I've been waiting for this moment for weeks. The adrenaline rush is gonna be insane. But as I inched closer to the front of the line, I noticed a tension in the air. People were grumbling, tempers were flaring, and my thoughts were a jumble. What's going on here? Did I miss something? And then it happened. A scream pierced the air, followed by a flurry of panicked shouts. My heart leaped into my throat, and my thoughts were filled with dread. This isn't part of the ride. Something's seriously wrong. People began to surge forward, pushing and shoving in a desperate attempt to escape the chaos. The line dissolved into a chaotic mob, and my mind was a whirlwind of confusion. I need to get out of here, but how? It's a sea of panicked people. As I fought my way through the panicked crowd, I caught a glimpse of what had caused the hysteria. A group of parkgoers had become enraged, attacking anyone in their path. My heart pounded, and my thoughts were a tempest of fear and disbelief. This can't be real. It's like a nightmare come to life. I managed to break free from the chaos, but the park was now a scene of pandemonium. The once cheerful atmosphere had transformed into one of terror and violence. My mind was racing. I need to find safety, but where can I go? I ducked into a nearby arcade, hoping to find refuge among the flashing lights and blaring sounds. My thoughts were a frantic scramble. I can't stay here. It's not safe, but where can I go to escape this madness? But here's the twist you didn't see coming. As I huddled in the dimly lit arcade, I noticed something strange. The people outside were no longer fighting. Instead, they were attacking the park's mascots. My heart sank, and my thoughts were a maelstrom of confusion. What's going on? Why are they attacking the mascots? I watched in horror as the mascots were overwhelmed by the mob, their oversized heads torn from their bodies. My mind was a whirlwind of revulsion and disbelief. This is like a nightmare. I can't believe what I'm seeing. And then, in the midst of the chaos, I saw something that sent a chill down my spine. One of the mascots, its costume torn and tattered, turned to face me. Its eyes were not the glassy, vacant eyes of a performer, but those of a living, breathing person. My heart raced, and my thoughts were filled with disbelief. That can't be right. It's just a person in a costume, right? The figure in the mascot costume beckoned me to follow, and against my better judgment, I did. My mind was a whirlwind of confusion and fear. What is going on? Who is this person? And why are they leading me deeper into this madness? We slipped through secret passageways and hidden tunnels, away from the chaos outside. My thoughts were racing. This person saved me from the mob. But why? And where are they taking me? As we reached a hidden chamber deep within the park, the figure removed its mascot head, revealing the face of a terrified young woman. She explained that the park had been experimenting with a new mind-altering technology, one that had gone horribly wrong, turning park-goers into mindless aggressors. My thoughts were a jumble of disbelief and horror. Mind-altering technology? This can't be real. But then again, what I've seen today is beyond anything I could have imagined. The young woman told me that there was a way to reverse the effects of the technology, but it required accessing the park's control room. My mind was focused. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I have to help her. I have to stop this madness. We made our way to the control room, and as she worked to reverse the technology, I kept watch. My thoughts were filled with a sense of urgency and determination. We have to stop this, no matter the cost. And then, in a burst of blinding light, the technology was reversed. The chaos outside slowly began to subside as the aggressors returned to their senses. My heart soared, and my thoughts were a whirlwind of relief. Is it over? Have we stopped this nightmare? But here's the final twist. You won't believe it. As the park returned to normal, I turned to thank the young woman who had guided me through the madness. But she was gone, her costume discarded on the floor. My mind was in turmoil. Where did she go? Who was she? And was any of this real, or just a part of the nightmare? So, my friend, there you have it. A theme park adventure gone horribly wrong, where the line between reality and madness blurred. It's a story that makes you question the boundaries of technology and what can happen when things go terribly awry. And who knows, maybe the next time you visit an amusement park, you'll look at those mascots a little differently, wondering if there's more beneath the surface than meets the eye. Let's take a deep breath, my friend, because this story is about to take you on a roller coaster ride you won't forget. Imagine an exhilarating theme park adventure gone horribly, terrifyingly wrong, and let me paint you a picture. The sun was shining high in the sky as I stepped through the gates of Thrill World, a place I've been dreaming about for months. My thoughts were racing with excitement. This is it, the day I've been waiting for. Nothing could go wrong, right? The laughter of kids, the aroma of cotton candy, and the distant screams from roller coasters filled the air. My heart raced with anticipation as I scanned the park, deciding which ride to tackle first. My mind was buzzing. Where should I start? The roller coasters, the haunted house, or maybe the dizzying Ferris wheel? I decided to kick things off with the Dragon's Roar, a monstrous roller coaster that had a reputation for being one wild ride. My heart pounded with excitement as I joined the line. My thoughts were a whirlwind of anticipation. This is gonna be epic. I can already feel the adrenaline rush. The line snaked around in loops, and I struck up a conversation with the folks around me, sharing stories about favorite rides and theme park memories. My mind was engaged in lively chatter. Isn't it cool how theme parks bring people together, even if it's just for a few minutes? As I got closer to the front of the line, a sudden chill ran down my spine, sending shivers through my body. My thoughts were a maelstrom of confusion. Why did that feeling just wash over me? Is it just nerves? I brushed it off, blaming it on the excitement. But the feeling lingered, like an unsettling presence just out of reach. My mind was filled with unease. I need to shake this off. It's just my imagination playing tricks on me. Finally, it was my turn to board the Dragon's Roar. I strapped myself in, heart pounding with a mix of fear and anticipation. My thoughts were racing. Here we go. This is gonna be the ride of a lifetime. As the coaster rocketed down its first drop, I screamed with a mix of terror and exhilaration, my hands clutching the safety bar. My mind was a whirlwind of pure adrenaline. This is insane. I can't believe how fast we're going. But as the coaster sped through a tunnel, plunging into darkness, I felt a strange sensation. It was like someone was watching me, their eyes burning into the back of my skull. My thoughts were a jumble of confusion and fear. Is someone behind me? It's probably just my imagination again, right? The ride came to an end, and I stumbled out of my seat, shaken by that eerie feeling. My mind was in turmoil. I need a break. That was intense. I decided to wander around the park, hoping to calm my nerves. The crowds had grown thicker, and I felt like I was constantly bumping into people. My thoughts were restless. Is it just me, or does this place suddenly feel a lot more crowded? I spotted a food stand and decided to grab a bite to eat, hoping it would distract me from my unease. As I sat down with my burger, I noticed a figure in the distance. It was a man in a dark hooded cloak, his face obscured. My heart skipped a beat, and my thoughts were a whirlwind of fear and curiosity. Who's that guy? And why does he look so out of place here? I couldn't shake the feeling that the hooded figure was following me. I kept glancing over my shoulder, trying to catch a glimpse of his face, but he always seemed to disappear into the crowd. My mind was a tempest of paranoia and dread. Is he really following me, or am I just being paranoid? I decided to confront him, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and anger. But when I finally reached out to grab his arm, my hand passed right through him, like he was made of smoke. My thoughts were a jumble of confusion and terror. What the? Am I losing my mind? And then, as I turned to run, I was surrounded by darkness. The park, the rides, the crowds, all of it vanished. My heart raced, and my thoughts were filled with panic. What's happening? Where are I? In the pitch-black darkness, I heard a sinister whisper, a voice that chilled me to the bone. It spoke of vengeance and retribution, of being watched and hunted. My mind was in turmoil. Who is that? What do they want from me? And then, the darkness lifted, and I found myself back on the Dragon's Roar, the coaster hurtling toward that same tunnel. My heart pounded with terror, and my thoughts were a frantic scramble. No, I can't go through this again. As the coaster plunged into the tunnel, I realized the horrifying truth. I was trapped in a never-ending loop, a nightmarish ride that I couldn't escape. My mind was consumed by despair. I'm stuck here forever. There's no way out. But here's the twist you didn't see coming. Just as I thought all hope was lost, the hooded figure appeared beside me on the coaster. He whispered in my ear, revealing his true identity, the vengeful spirit of a man who had died in a tragic accident on this very ride years ago. My heart sank, and my thoughts were a tumultuous mix of fear and realization. He's the reason for all of this. He's been haunting me this whole time. The coaster rocketed through the tunnel one final time, and as it burst into the daylight, the spirit lunged at me, sending me hurtling into the abyss. My thoughts were a chaotic swirl of terror and despair. This is the end. I'm never getting out of here. So, my friend, there you have it. A theme park adventure gone horribly wrong, where the thrill of the ride turned into a never-ending nightmare. It's a tale that reminds us that sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we can't see, lurking just beyond our perception.